Hi there, Virgo. Oh, hi there, Virgo. It's Maria. There you are. I see a real person doing it. It's Maria from the Tarot Shop here with your reading for the month of August. I've got two decks in front of me if you haven't been to me before. This one here is the Spirit Messages. So it's a message from Spirit. And then the Tarot. I'm using the Amber Moon this month. Now, if you want to know what decks I'm using, they're in the descriptions. So you can have a look. If you want to purchase them, then they're there as well. Other than that, also buy me a coffee page. So if you fancy buying me a coffee because you love me, that'd be great. Thank you very much. Thank you in advance. No expectations, but there you go. If it doesn't resonate with you, the reading, please don't try and make it fit. That is not right. I don't want any fear around it at all. If you connect with it straight away and go, I know what this is, then stick with it. If not, check out your moon or your risings as well. If you don't know what your moon sign or your rising sign is, then you can find that out through a free natal chart online. Tap into Google, free natal chart, put your birth details in there, and it will tell you what they are. And then you can look at those as well, because super important this, we're not just our sun sign. You know, if you have a Pisces moon, for example, then you might find that this month you'll be more affected than anything else because, you know, there's a full moon in Pisces. So you see, I mean, it's about what's going on in the astrology and how that affects us all individually. Having said that, this is a collective reading. Now, the video is split into two parts. This is the tarot part, then there's the astrology. Now, I do it in a different way because I talk to you about astrology stuff going on through the tarot. So I show you through the tarot cards what's happening from an astrological point of view. And I think it's really important because, you know, if we're working with the flow and we're working with the energies that are there for us, that's far more beneficial to us than it is when we're working against. So if the stars are aligned, life is better. Eh? So that's the next part of the video. This is the live bit. Well, not live, pre-recorded. But then you move on to the astrology bit, which is the same for every single sign. I think you get me. I hope you do. But sometimes I don't get me, but sometimes you do. I love my little community. You're all there. You defend me as well, which is wonderful. Thank you so much. Because I am a mere mortal, just a human. Reach out. Right, okay, Virgo. We know you're reaching out right now for help due to a current situation. Could be overworking, probably. Support is as much about the physical act of accepting help, which you don't like to do, where offered, as it is about the emotional benefits and learning that it's truly okay to accept support however it presents you. And Virgos, and I say this with the greatest of love because I have a rising Virgo, we don't like to take help. We like to think we can do it. Do you know why? Because we are perfectionists and it's a nuisance, but that's what it is. And dream talk, I want you to listen to that as well. So listen to your dreams this month. Really listen to them. If you, that's how spirit can connect with us, because we get so bogged down sometimes in the detail of life that we forget we can't listen. You know what I mean? We don't feel that they are with us, and they are. They're just the other side of the veil. Oh, I knocked the mirror. That's a funny looking mirror, isn't it? This camera. Right. Virgo. Come on, Virgo August. What have we got? What have we got? What have we got? Let's go. She's quite a deep deck, this one. So she does tend to do a bit of a deep dive, which is beautiful. So you're defending yourself here straight away. I can see that you're very much around. I've worked hard for this, you know, and I've worked hard for where I am. This is a woman who has the scars of her battles. She's worn out because she's like, but my goodness me, has she achieved much? So this is somebody who's achieved a lot and is prepared to stand by the fire and say, no, 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 you're not taking it from me. I've earned my right to stand here and I've worked hard for it and it's mine. So if this is about overwork, which it could be, or if you're hanging on to something that you're like, this is mine, I've done this, then actually I do feel that you feel very much. So we've got the Death card, which is about a new beginning. Don't panic about this. I don't know why people do, honestly. It's the best card because it means a fresh start. So things are about to change. It's like when you leave this, your life is changed, you know, in some way or another. So there's a significant change at the beginning of the month and you are standing up for it because you've worked hard to reach this point now where a change is bound to happen. You know, something's got to give, something's got to go, and so you can have this new life. And that's pretty much what's happening at the beginning of the month. You're going, I worked hard for this. and it's time to lay it to bed. It's time to move forward. It's time to make things better for myself and easier for myself. So whatever that situation is there that you've worked jolly hard for, you're moving forward, you're moving away, you're starting afresh, like a butterfly emerging from the chrysalis. She had to fight really hard to get out of that chrysalis, and that's exactly what's happening at the beginning of the month. So well done you, okay? And then you've got, I love this because I love all the poppies. Then you've got, okay, so the Six of Swords says to me that things are moving forward. Money is a little bit of a worry here, Virgo. We got it. Okay, I'm moving forward. I have faith. I feel there's somebody coming in who's going to help you, which would explain this card here. Has come up with an idea or a solution with how to pay for something. It's almost like you believe that actually, I do this as a deserving thing. I need to work hard. And actually there's something that comes in here and says, I can help you. I'm going to move you. So swords are all about your thought process. And this is about moving on, moving from troubled waters into stiller. If you knew the card in the Rider-Waite, it's where they move the waters behind are very rocky, and then it's into still waters. So the troubled times are behind you and you're moving into the calmer waters to overcome this financial blip, lull, issue. Okay, I do want to say that. I know that you do worry about just getting on with it. You're so concerned about other people here. There's lots of other things going on. You want to make sure everybody's aligned and everything like that. But the cards are saying to you, you just got to do you. You know, you don't want to be trapped. You know, the Eight of Swords is about, I think I'm stuck here. You don't want to be stuck at all. You just got to get on with it. And look at that. You're going to be literally holding on to your own finances. You need to be staying away from distractions. Stay absolutely on where you are. Because otherwise, you know, you'll grieve over a life that you could have had. You know, that's the most important thing that's coming through here. And you need to take charge. I'm just putting these cards on, they're coming out for you, all lovely. You've got the High Priestess. So listen, don't give up, don't give in. You know, you've got everything working in your favor here, because it says there comes a time when we have to really focus on ourselves. Don't get distracted by either the limiting beliefs that you place on yourself, whether you've got this like vision in the road of where you want to go, you know, what you want for you, and you know what it is that you dream of. So when you've got that, or this new business or whatever it is that you're looking towards, your perfect dream, because we've got the dream world here. So stick to that. That's your flag in the sand and you're aiming towards it. And don't let anybody try and put you off, you know, because although you are your own worst enemy, but with your mind, but don't, because ultimately you've got literally the High Priestess here. It says on the other side of the veil, she's listening to you and she's saying, and look, you've got the cup. So you're going to get there. The Nine of Cups is success. This is the card of somebody who's really pleased with themselves because they've achieved something they wanted to do. So not financially. So not only have you put, where's she gone? Not only have you put the work in, where are you, where are you, where are you? Put the work in, I've lost her now. Not only have you put the work in here, well, it doesn't matter, you know what I mean. Not only have you put the work in here, but actually, financially, you're getting there. It pays off, is what I want to say. It pays off. Hang in. The finance blip, other side of it, perfect. You're good to go, okay? So I hope that's made sense. And as I said, if it doesn't resonate, if you think, actually, this is not for me, then check out your moon or your rising instead, because you'll find that there she is. I knew she was in here somewhere. Then you hang on to this card, because this is you. I've worked hard for it. It's mine. It's coming. And yes, it is. Okay. Thanks very much for your time. Next bit of the video is going to be the astrology, and I will speak to you again next month. Thanks very much for your time. Let me know what you think in the comments. Bye-bye. Hi, so this is now, we're entering the astrology part of the video. So whatever you've been listening to, your sun, your moon, or your rising, this is now a collective astrology reading. It's the same video that's at the end of every single one of the Tarotscopes. And that's because I want you to try and think of it like, from an astrological point of view, these major events are happening in the skies during the month of August. And as a result of that, they can affect us all collectively. and some more than others. It depends what signs are involved. So there are, like, if you imagine that in the skies, there are meetings that are happening between one planet and a sign. So there's a planet and a sign, and they're meeting. And as a result of that, as I say, the energies become very powerful and very enhanced. So I've only picked out 5 here. And it actually, I've got some that are already happening. So I've got this sheet here, and I will leave this for you. So it's a downloadable one, so you can see what the major ones are. And the reason I do this, because I think it's really important to understand the tarot correspondences, because astrology and tarot are very connected. For example, you can see here that on the 6th of August, at the moment, we've got Venus, which is the Empress, in Virgo. And she stays in the Virgo until the 6th of August when she enters Libra. Now, this meeting is happening in the sky. The planet Venus, which is the Empress, which is all about nurturing, creation, harmony, abundance, growth, all those wonderful things. If you think of Mother Nature, it's all that kind of energy, is actually about to enter Libra, which is the sign of fairness and justice and equality and all those sorts of things. So the values planet, which is what do we value, what do we care about, what do we want to grow in our lives, you know, what makes us fulfilled, what would we like to create, then goes into this planet, it goes into the sign of fairness. So what you can expect there is it's a time for harmony, it's a time for balance and beautiful and meaningful connections. So beauty and then meaningful connections. So from the 6th through until the 10th of September, this is happening in the skies. And irrespective of what your sun sign is, you can expect to see some influences here in your life. And it's a good time to tap into this. So if you want some equality and fairness with regards to, I don't say you're growing a business, then this is something, or you're growing something, or you're very involved with your mother and you want something to be fair, or you know, if there's anything around the maternal role and also equality and fairness, then this is a really good time to work with those energies in your life. Okay, and then on the 11th of August, goodness me, listen to me. On the 11th of August, we've got Mars, which is the Tower card. So you can see you've got Mars sign here, because Mars and the Tower are the correspondence. So you've got Mars enters Cancer. Now, Mars is currently in Gemini until the 11th of August, when it then moves and causes disruption with regards to movement forward. So it delays things. It basically causes some disruption around moving forward too quickly. So you have to take action from your heart as opposed to pure willpower. So it's a good time to listen to your intuition. And that's the 11th of August through to the 28th of September. So it's going on for quite some time. There's lots of movement, but it's more along the lines of Mars brings in a little bit of aggression. You know, the Mars energy, the planet of Mars, it causes a little bit of disruption with regards to moving forward. So you'll find that you'll either want to get on with it and there'll be nothing stopping you, or you'll want to hold back. But it's all with regards to asserting yourself and using your willpower. So you've got that energy going on in there. You've got something there. If you want to do this, so if, for example, you're determined, using your willpower to do it, then you can expect to cause quite a bit of disruption with that. So, and protect what matters most, because Cancer is all about your home life and things like that. So you can find, you might be very, a perfect example of this is, it may be that around this time you become very protective and quite argumentative about your home environment and protective around what that means to you. So on a global scale, that may be something around protecting home and hearth. So, you know, that sort of thing. So then on the 12th of August, we've got the High Priestess, our lovely card of the moon. Now, this is quite an important time, actually, because we've got a new moon where we begin things. And I didn't print it off this time, but I've got a moon phases chart as well, a moon phases PDF, I think it is, or it's a document anyway. So it's attached to this, so you can have a look and see what it. But new moons are always about beginning. Now we've got here a beginning, an intuitive beginning, because it's the moon, intuitive beginning with regards to empowerment and strength. And that's on the 12th of August, which is also a total solar eclipse in Leo. So this is an extremely powerful, because you've got Leo, powerful day for intuition, for beginning something intuitive. Okay, so listen to your heart, listen to your intuition, because she's going to make you more powerful and lead you towards more power in your life on that day. And then you've got the 23rd of August, which is where the sun enters Virgo. So the sun is currently in Leo, so happy birthday, Leo. And then it enters Virgo, and the sun is about, you know, it's about success and moving forward. And that then shines itself on Virgo, which is very much around introspective, looking within, quiet time, peace. So it's a wonderful time after all that Leo energy and all of this eclipse energy that's happened here. We then go into a period of successful reflection, and that's a beautiful time, and it goes on for the whole of the month. So, and also you've got very much around organization. What else have I written down with regards to that? So focus on reflection, organization, self-improvement and practical plans. So after all of this action and energy, it's really quite a nice time to get busy organizing your life, really. And that's a good energy to tap into. Now on the 28th of August, the final one here, we've got the High Priestess. So the moon once more is in Pisces. This is always one that because I have a moon in Pisces. So I always think, oh my goodness me. So the full moon is where everything comes up to the surface. It illuminates everything in your life with regards to the Piscean energy. So it can be about relationships and dreamy and all the sort of like the visionary side of things. So you've got the moon, which is also very intuitive. So this is a very good time to basically intuitively let go of things that no longer serve you, to become very also in tune with regards to what the future may hold, because the moon, as you know, I always say, it is basically a time to an unexpected path will soon be revealed. So it's a wonderful time here. So you've basically got Pisces, the High Priestess, which is the moon in the moon, if that makes sense to you. So yeah, I've got this little chart, so I'm going to pop it. So time for release, healing and trusting your intuition. So you've got some super intuitive times happening this month. I've written these silly little pieces of paper because I forget what I'm doing sometimes. I have to make sure that I've got it all here. So basically, these are the 5 key transits that are happening with regards to August. As I said, they don't necessarily, you know, this doesn't confuse your reading before, because this is extra. It's an added layer to tarot where you can go, okay, so what are the energies, the tarot energies that are working based on the fact that these correspond to the planets. So the Empress with regards to fairness. That's the first thing that you can expect to happen. I hope that's made sense to you. I do enjoy this, and I was very pleased actually that that you all seemed to enjoy it last month. So I really hope that it's something we can continue with. And as I said, we've also popped the August 2026 correspondences. It's called a correspondence, where you have the tarot card and the star sign. So the two of them, they have the same energy. And I just think it's much better if you can see it with regards to the tarot cards. It kind of lends it a little bit more power when you are actually interested in tarot. It means more to me than if you say star signs. I'll be like, okay, I visualize the tarot card, and then it kind of gives it that added energy. Okay, so I hope that you've enjoyed that, and all that remains now is for me to say happy August. My goodness me, we've got quite a bit going on. Maybe do a little bit of a Google research onto some lovely magical things that you can do with regards to these eclipses. There are 2 this month. A total solar eclipse on the 12th of August, and that's in Leo, as we said, and a full moon and a partial lunar eclipse. Now, it says the 28th. I think it kind of goes, it depends where you are in the world. It's the 28th to 29th. So there's like a 24-hour window. That's the 28th of August in the UK. Okay, so I hope you found that helpful, and thank you very much for your time. I'll see you next month. Bye-bye.